We're recording. It's the 9th of November. Thank you for being here, everyone. Sacred segments. So I'd like to start by asking you, Morag, um, to talk just a little bit about what a Magdalene priestess is.
Okay. Magdalene Priestess is someone who has immersed herself in the teachings of Mary Magdalene, but it's not just her teaching. So we're talking about ancient Egyptian mystical teachings and healings, as well as those teachings that weave themselves into Jesus's path on this earth. But apart from that, it's a standalone woman in her sovereignty who lives her life through love.
That's beautiful.
There's magic, there's healing, that's all part of it, but it all comes through one objective is to live your life through love and be a vessel of love on this planet.
Oh, beautiful. I'm being guided to just put my hand on my heart, and maybe we could all do the same, and just breathe in love. Breathe in the pink energy of love. And as we do so, let's just not only fill our room, but fill the world with love, and with our imaginations, fill all the places on earth and all the hearts with love that need this love now. All the countries, all the individuals, all the trees, and the earth itself, all the way out into the cosmos and into the vastness of space. And just know that we are love, right? Okay, I wanted to ask that question. So thank you for helping me understand what a Mary Magdalene priestess is, right? Or did you say Magdalene priestess?
Magdalene Priestess or Magdalena, but following the steps of Mary Magdalene, and I can do a whole segment on this if people are interested.
That would be lovely in the future. I think that would be beautiful, a beautiful thing to do. I also want to invite you all to just spend maybe a minute or two just talking about what's on your heart today and what's important for you to share with this group at this time. For me, I'll just say that I want to, on every session, introduce a different aspect of the divine, and in the form of angels or guides, whoever they may be. And today I want to talk about how to talk or connect with your angel or the angels. But before I do that, I just want to ask you to talk about what's on your heart and also to set an intention for this session. And I'm going to start with you, Bonnie.
Oh, no. Okay. Goodness. You'd have to start with me. I'm in the United States, and we've had an election. And the results of the election have bothered me immensely. And so I am my intention is to remain civil and calm and as loving as I possibly can be, unlike others, and try to understand that it's not what I want, but there's something bigger than myself that's at work, and just learn how to live each day as the best that you can and as positively as I can. And I think that's my intention. And I know you're sorry for asking me, but that's where my head is at.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for asking you. Thank you for sharing that with us. I think it's important because America is such an influential power in the world, and you know what goes on there is reflects throughout the whole globe, of course. But of course, there's the silent powers, you know, in terms of some of the other countries that aren't as prominent but still have so much power. But thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Bonnie. Greta, can I ask you next?
What's on my heart? What takes up big space in my life right now is rebranding and retransitioning and refocusing in my business. And I feel like I'm doing that in every aspect of my business, and it's a result of my own growth and development, and it's very timely. So that really excites me, and I'm really happy about it. And my intention is to help myself by helping others, help others by helping myself. It's all this, we're all one. And yeah, that's my intention right now.
Thank you, Greta. I'll go next. I had a quite challenging day, only because I had a family therapy session, which was supposed to be with my brother and my mother. They're both very challenging characters. My mother couldn't figure out how to join and didn't attend, but it gave space for me and my brother to connect and talk. He's been in prison. I won't go into why, but he's now clean of drugs, and we've been trying to re-establish and reconnect our relationship. And it was very challenging because he threw a lot of anger at me. And I'm in quite an okay place emotionally, surprisingly, and I have no idea why, because I've been very turbulent lately. But my intention is to stay calm in the face of adversity, and to stay in my center and not be emotionally rattled when people try to rattle the cage, if you know what I mean. So yeah, just to be the calm in the storm. That's where I'm at the moment. Morag, would you like to go next?
Yeah, I had on Saturday very sad passing of a young friend. He had been ill with cancer 5 years ago, and it had come back, and he chose not to share that with anyone. But I felt something a couple of weeks ago wasn't right. He obviously had his family and his loved ones around him, but he didn't want his friends to be involved in his kind of last days on earth, which was really sad. But it also means that each day, my intention is to live each day with gratitude and to make the most of each day, and I am in service in this world, and to really kind of focus on that and focus on my own dreams, desires, being in service, evolving as much as I can in this world so that I can give my best in this world. So being completely in gratitude for still being here and really appreciating that day by the best version of myself I can be.
Beautiful, beautiful. As you were talking, I got a little vision, and I'd like to share it with you, if I may.
Of course, yeah.
I saw you surrounded with stars, like a circle, like the circle in my backdrop, but there were stars, like how you would draw stars, you know. It was quite interesting, but they were light. The stars were made of light.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it really was beautiful. As you were talking, I could see them like kind of forming around you, but it was in my third eye, you know.
Yeah, no, that's really beautiful.
Yeah, very interesting as well. Thank you for sharing that. Anna?
Sure. So what's in my heart these days is I'm focusing on renewal and a new beginning after endings from the last two eclipses that we had, October 25th, that shook up everything for me, but I know ultimately a positive way. And now a lot of other endings came to a real true end in a very aligned way. And so, and like Greta, I'm also focusing back on me and my business, and all my attention is going to be on that, bringing that into the world, so that I can help others. And like you said, Greta, by helping myself, I help others, you know, and by helping others, I help myself. And so it's all, yeah, it is very intertwined. And that I want to, you know, now it's like it's my time, you know, after spending 7 months taking care of somebody, it's now time to refocus on myself and my needs, put myself first, so that then I can be of service to others. And my intention is to stay aligned, no matter what happens. Again, like the themes of being kind of buffeted by what's going on around you, and to stay in my center no matter what is going on. Yeah, yeah. So.
Great. Thank you, Anna, for sharing that. And welcome, Syra, who's just joined us. I don't know if you can hear me yet. Hello, Syra.
Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm good. You've come in just in time to share intentions, and I've just asked everyone to spend a minute just talking about anything that's on their heart, and to state what your intention might be for this session. Would you like to share something? Everybody else has shared. I know I'm just throwing you in there. You're muted at the moment. If you want to share anything, please unmute, Syra.
Yeah. My intention for the group, to have some clarity and to sort of know like what my next steps could be. Yeah, I think.
And is there anything on your heart right now that you're dealing with, or that you want to talk about or share?
Well, I'm in a much better mood today. For the last few weeks, I've been quite low, as I sort of mentioned to you, sort of privately, and yeah, so I think I'm moving forward with that.
Good. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Just so that I can process, because there was a little bit of chaos going on around me. Could you please just say one more time what your intention is?
Oh, what did I just say? I said I wanted a bit of clarity and to know what steps to take next. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Clarity and what steps to take next. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so that's everybody's share. Unless anybody else wants to say anything, I'm now going to talk about, just briefly for about 3 or 4 minutes, how to talk with your angel. And this is from a book called Angel Speak by Barbara Mark and Trudy Griswold, I think it is. So step 1 I'll tell you how many steps there are. There's 7, of course, it being the magic number. And I'm sure that you all know this, and it's just a refresher for all of us, right, on how to connect with your angel. I mean, simply, you can just ask. We can condense all of this and just ask. And that's as simple as it can be. But this is according to these ladies, and I read this beautiful book, and I've been meaning to share this for a few weeks, and now is an opportunity that I can. Step 1, pray. Pray for truth and the gift of spiritual hearing. Let us know your concerns and requests. Pray with an open heart and mind. Now, I was always taught to pray directly to God, or to whatever higher power that you want to call God. I always say God's such a small word for a huge concept. And I'm sure everybody's got their own path, and however you want to do it, want to call it higher power, whatever. But step 1 is that. Step 2, breathe. We come to you on your breath. Just be of serene nature, let your body relax. And as you breathe, deeply and easily. That's step 2. Step 3, listen. We come to you as an inner knowing, and we will bring you comfort, guidance. Quiet your mind so that you can listen to our gentle voices. Step 4, write. Let our loving energy come to you, and you will know what to write. Let the writing flow as the answers to your concerns are given. Step 5, accept. Acceptance is the most important part. Believe that all is well and that you're being guided to your highest good. Accept that you deserve all good. And step 6, follow your inner knowing. We will teach and guide you. It will come the more that you practice listening and follow your guidance, the easier and more natural it will become. And the final step, step 7, trust. This is a spiritual gift. More will be given as you practice trusting the flow of life. It's so important for you. Trusting allows you to relax and feel the joy in life. Success is a state of being. Simply ask for what you want. Every session I like to talk about, as I said, one angel, and the angel that I'm going to talk about right now is the Archangel Sandalphon. And it took me a few years to make the connection between the Greek word, because I always used to think sandals, phoning in sandals. I used to think, maybe that's why Sandalphon carries the prayers, because he's got a phone to God, but it's not that. It's the Greek word san adelphon, or two words, like a brother. That's what it means. So just a little bit about the Archangel Sandalphon. He's known as the Archangel of music, and he rules over music in heaven and helps people on earth use music to communicate with God in prayer. And Sandalphon's name means co-brother, which refers to Sandalphon's status as the spiritual brother of the Archangel Metatron. The ending of on, as in Metatron or Sandalphon, indicates that he's ascended to his position as an angel after having lived a human life, believed by some to be the prophet Elijah, who ascended to heaven on a horse-drawn chariot of fire and light, which could be a spaceship, right? Maybe. Other spellings of his name include with an F instead of a PH. And Ophan, Hebrew for wheel. Wheel also could be seen as a spaceship, I believe. This refers to ancient people's identification of Sandalphon as one of the living creatures with spiritual wheels. So perhaps, these wheels could be what the ancient Vedics called the Vimanas. which were spaceships. From a vision recorded in Ezekiel. One of the roles of Archangel Sandalphon is to receive the prayers of people on earth when they arrive in heaven, and then weave them into spiritual flower garlands to present to God, according to the liturgy for the Jewish Feast of the Tabernacles. There is more, but when you look into Sandalphon, the energy color is red. So anytime that you connect with the color red, you're connecting with that particular energy. I won't go into all of the other energies about Sandalphon, but is there anything else that anybody else would like to add through their knowledge of working with the angels, or any insights that you may have about this particular
I
angel?
would,
Please.
yeah. One thing that I've learned through the works of Steve Nobel, whom I really respect,
Yeah.
I really, really respect him, is that Archangel Sandalphon, you can call on him, that he helps connect with the earth grid of the ascending earth. So now when I do sessions, I call in from the earth grid, I call in Archangel Sandalphon coming up from the earth, holding in that the grid of the new earth. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I do find him there's something very grounding about him compared with some of the other angelic beings, maybe because he was in a human form, unlike the others. I do find him there's something very grounded about his energy that makes sense to me. Yeah.
Well, as a singer, and with Sandalphon being connected to music, it's interesting how all singers must connect with that energy without necessarily knowing what they're doing.
My friend has a son. He's autistic, but very high functioning. His name is Elijah, and he's a singer.
Oh, wow.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, he's a singer. I mean, he's a teenager, but that's going to be his way forward in the future. This is how he expresses himself, is through music and through singing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, one of the people that is our sort of stage manager is called Elijah, who runs my choir. Very fitting, isn't it? Yeah, so connecting with the energy of Sandalphon. And the last thing that I'm going to say, which is not directly connected with Sandalphon, but with music, is when I was in Thailand, I noticed that all of the music studios, had a statue to Ganesh. And when I asked why, apparently they revere Ganesh as one of the deities of music, and he is known as beautiful, as the sort of primary god of entertainment. So I have a particular connection or strong feeling of Ganesh in my life, and he's kind of been with me in many different ways, and I didn't know about the whole musical thing, so it's just an interesting thing to note. So I thought I'd share that, seeing as we were on the subject of music and that whole divinity thing. Yeah.
I'm a great fan of Ganesh as well. He's like always calling him in to help me with things. It's very helpful.
So powerful. Me and my partner have been on roads which have been gridlocked, where they're not moving and we've been late. And then we do the Ganesh mantra and magic happens every time without fail.
He's so powerful and helpful, isn't he?
So helpful. And what you do is you visualize the trunk moving as you chant it, and he removes the obstacles. It's really beautiful, and there's a few different Ganesh mantras, and the two that I know are Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Gauri Nandana Gajanadana, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. That was the first one that I was taught. And the shorter version is just Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, just repeating that. Yeah, so that's me, and Ganesh, and Archangel Sandalphon. It's now 32 past, so we've gone a little bit over, but I'm going to hand over to you, Moragji. Thank you so much for being here.
So this evening I want to talk to you about magical objects and using them to help you manifest your dreams. And you've also set intentions that you want to bring into life. So maybe some of the things that I talk about today you can think about using with your intentions. Now, I'm very blessed that I get to help people set up altars with sacred objects. I've got a friend in Nepal who gets all these objects brought to him, and our kind of mission is to bring them into the world, all over the world, so people can use them in setting up their own sacred altars. And I'm just talking a little section of it all today, but there's a lot more to this that I can share over time. First of all, the word altar. In sacred buildings, when they were built, the point where you could actually access a different form of consciousness was an altered consciousnness, and hence the altar was put there. So if you look at the geometry of a lot of sacred buildings, you'll go through different parts of the building, and then there's like a portal that they built in the building, and that's where the altar was put so that you could access a different level of consciousness. So you can have a simple altar at home that you use for your manifesting. You can just use an object, which I'll be sharing with you in a minute. Or you can have a really beautiful altar like I've got behind me with all sorts of things on that I use for healing mainly. But one of the very interesting objects I wanted to share with you today is this. Now these are called yoni vessels, and as you can see they're in the shape of a female yoni. And these would be used in temples in ancient India for prayers for creation, for ceremonies and rituals. They've kind of died out now. They're only really used for death ceremonies where you get like 5 small ones with various different fluids in them. Milk, honey, water, oil, I can't remember what the other one is, but there's 5 different fluids that are in them, and they're used for like death rites. But they were originally used for creation, and the goddess Kali was called in to help with these ceremonies, and they would have originally had menstrual blood and semen in them, and this they thought was the kind of raw materials of creation, and they put it in the yoni and use it in a ritual for manifesting either fertility or whatever else they wanted to manifest. Sorry about that, I think my phone is switched off. And today I use them, and I do the similar sort of ceremonies, but I use wine and milk in mine. Yeah. I've also used them for other ceremonies where I've used different herbs, flowers, crystals, put spring water in there, moon water in there, and use them for healing, use them for gratitude, use them for helping people, people who have passed, if their soul's stuck on the earth plane. I'll do a little ceremony using one of these to help move them on. So you can use whatever you want, whatever springs to mind that you're drawn to. And I look at these, they're like a little cauldron of creation. So they're absolutely beautiful, and even feeling this object, you can feel how sacred it is, and I just love them, just really love them. But you don't have to have something old and sacred and as rare as this to use objects for manifesting. For instance, these, like, I got a little simple stone in a shell that I collected from the beach. And what I tend to do on my walks is I'll collect these objects and I'll bring them home and I'll put them on my altar, and I'll fill them with love and gratitude for creation, for the planet, for the beach, for the water divas, the elements. And I'll just keep them on my altar for a couple of days. And then I take them back to the beach and I put them back on the beach with a blessing and gratitude, manifesting a beautiful world for humanity. So the manifesting can be woven into all sorts of areas of life in all sorts of different ways. I also use crystals, and these are 3 crystals I use. And depending on what I want to manifest, I'll choose the appropriate crystal. So you can choose any object to use in your manifesting rituals. You can choose, I usually find natural objects are best used. So something like a crystal, a shell, a stone, a piece of wood. And if you get like a small stone or a small crystal that you can fit in your pocket or carry in your handbag, that's ideal. And I also use this little pendant, which is a moonstone. And this is my favourite, what I call future wish piece of jewellery, which I use in a little future wish meditation, which I'm going to share with you shortly. Okay. So if you've got a place in your home that you call an altar, then you can put this object on there to sort of charge it up, or you can put it out in the full moon, whatever your object is. And as I said, I also like to either wear this if I'm manifesting something, or carry it around with me, so that during the day I'm touching it, I'm connecting to it, and I'm connecting to whatever it is I'm wanting to, desiring to manifest in my world. So it's keeping that connection, which brings power to it, but also the energies you pour into the object, which you'll be doing in the meditation shortly. So I want you to all, even if it's not accessible to you now, just think of an object perhaps you've got in your home, or if you haven't got it in your home, you could get hold of a shell or a stone or a little bit of wood. Just think of something that you're going to use for manifesting, and perhaps you'll share that with me. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. And how, is that special? Was that very special to you? Or?
I particularly love it because it's selenite and organite, and it's the Merkaba.
Yeah, yeah. Which is very powerful.
And it's got a spiral of creation. Yeah. So I've got one in gold, and now I've got one in white and one in black.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very powerful.
I was going to use a rose, but I'm having the rose as well.
Okay, now you can have as many as you want. You're not just having to be stuck to one. And as you go on, you'll find when you're going to set certain intentions, you'll get drawn to different objects that will help support that. So anyone else got anything they want to share? That's beautiful. What crystal is that?
This is I'm choosing this one because this is a very special stone that I tend to wear a lot.
Oh wow.
It's an Andara crystal.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, and it's a blue shaman swirl.
Yeah, feels very sacred
very,
on its own. Yeah.
And I wear it a lot. It's very personal to me. It's very unique.
Yeah.
And as soon as you said to find an object, this was the one that popped in my head.
And if it is something you wear a lot, it's actually been imbibed in your personal energy, so it's already on that your frequency, if that makes sense, because you've been wearing it a lot and your energy's already gone into it. So that actually helps give it a little bit more power. Yeah. Anyone else got an object they want to share? Or even if you haven't got it to hand, want to maybe share something that you're thinking about? No, that's fine.
I can share.
Okay, good.
But I don't have it to hand, and I can't be bothered to get up.
No, you rest, relax. You can do this when you're rested. Yeah.
And I needed rest tonight, so I'm allowing myself that. But I have this beautiful gold ring with rutile quartz that I wear a lot. Not right now, but so that's what I have in mind.
Amazing. And that'd be perfect because you could keep touching it through the day and reminding yourself of what it is you want to manifest.
Yeah.
So anyone else got anything they want to share? No? Yes. Okay, so we'll move on to the practice. That's a really simple practice, and it's something that if I'm looking to manifest something, I'll do usually on waking. So when I'm in that kind of just waking up but not fully awake place, and I'll do what I call future wishing in that place with my object that I'm using. And sometimes I will change objects, but this is the one over the years which I've used a lot. Now, by using an object when you're manifesting, you're connecting almost like the two worlds. So you're the world that you are in now, which you've actually created yourself, and then you want to create this difference in your life. And by having this object in both of those worlds, you're kind of creating a bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. So as well as it being a reminder to you through the day, so keep thinking about what it is you want to create. So what I want you to do now is to just simply take a few breaths, relax. I'm just going to guide you through this short practice that you can hopefully use every morning. So take some deep breaths into your belly. Just relax. Just feel any tension in your body dissolving away. And connect with your object. If you've got it with you, then hold it. If you haven't got it with you, then imagine you're holding it in your hand. I want you to really feel into the energy of that object. And really start now to think about what it is you'd like to manifest. Let's get some clarity on that. And I want you to visualize you in this new version of your world where what it is you want to create is already created. Just visualize yourself there. And just think of yourself in this new version of the world, doing something really mundane, like making a cup of tea or making the bed or doing the washing up. Just think of yourself doing that little task in the new world you've created. That includes whatever it is you desire. Now I want you to visualize you standing in the world, this new world. And where is your sacred object? Are you wearing it? Is it on a bedside cabinet? Is it on the kitchen counter? Where is it? I want you to go and visualize and find it in the new world you're creating. Feel it in your hand or see it around your neck. You're wearing it, or on your finger, wherever it is that the sacred object would be. And I want you to talk to this other version of you and explain exactly what it is you want to create. Talk from your heart. And explain what it is you want to create. Go into detail and start to feel how you would feel if this was a reality in your world. How does that other version of you feel? Is she happy, relaxed, excited, energized, tired because she's put so much effort into this creation? How does she feel? Or he feel? And now ask that version of you if they've got a message for you. Have they got anything they want to say to you? And now I want you to turn to that version of you and just let all their heart energy pour into the sacred object, all the love, all the energy of creation in their heart, pour into the sacred object. So your object is filled with this beautiful energy of love and creation. So thank that future version of you for their help, for their love, any clarity they may have shared with you. And disconnect from that future version of your life. And come back, wiggle your toes and fingers and open your eyes. You're back. Has anyone got anything they wish to share?
I do. This is absolutely pulsing.
Yay. Amazing.
Absolutely. I don't know if you can see it,
I can
but
see it. Yeah, I can see the energy moving around in it. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
That's beautiful. And I'm glad that, you know,
Amazing.
and the more often you do this, the more detail you get and the more insights you get. It's just an amazing practice. Anyone else got anything they wish to share?
I would like to share that, yes, I found myself doing a mudra, this one, and I didn't know what it meant, but it was kind of creating a pyramid, and I thought to myself, oh, I must be like unconsciously tuning into a mudra to help with this manifestation or hand sign, you know.
Kundalini yoga, this one is one of the mudras you use for creation.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Yeah. And it's kind of like you're creating like a womb with your hands.
Wow.
And you hold it up. I think you hold it up. Yeah, you hold it up by your heart.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing unconsciously. And I looked down and I was trying to figure out what it meant. So thank you for explaining it. Yeah, I created a yoni mudra.
So maybe, yeah, up near your heart or up near the object, and we'll just add energy to it. But...
Wow. Thank you.
Perfect.
May I share?
Of course you may.
Okay. Let's see. I usually do the art for the group, and so before the group began, I knew that I was supposed to draw sacred geometry.
Wow.
And so I started, and I didn't want to show this yet. So here's where I'm at. And so I'm trying to draw some of the colors that have been mentioned. I believe the reds and have it come out. But I thought it's just phenomenal when pyramids were just mentioned. And I thought, wow, okay, that's really cool. So the energy is coming through.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
A medicine shield, Anna.
It's a healing, like a healing shield, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, the shield
Yeah.
is beautiful.
Okay.
And it's saying the
I
energy.
hope so. So anyway, so thank you.
Thank you for sharing that.
Native American Indian. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
So has anyone else got any questions or anything they want to share? Thank you for sharing with me tonight then, and I'll finish my segment with love for all of you.
Thank you so much.
you.
Thank you, and love to you
Thank you.
as well. I would like to say that you really inspired me to, actually, I had this overwhelming urge to like move all of my furniture and to create a big altar in the middle of the room. And I thought that's going to take me quite a few hours. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing that later, but you've really inspired me to do that.
Good.
And I wanted to say that your energy is so friendly and warm and feminine and familial, if that's a word, like, and powerful and sacred. Thank you so much. It was really beautiful. And I do hope that you will come and share the more secrets of the Magdalene energy.
I certainly will, and how we can all, it is like divine feminine energy, but that's within all of us. It's just
Beautiful. And interestingly, I sing with a girl from Poland called Magdalena.
oh wow, yes.
Yeah. And she's a very wise soul. Yeah, interesting. Thank you so much once again. It was beautiful. I hope you can stay with us.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you need to go, that's understood as well. But with that, I'm going to ask Greta. I'm going to remove the spotlight now, if that's okay. I need to be reminded how to do that, if anybody can. It's under participants, isn't it? Does anybody know?
Sorry.
You can, if you make me co-host, I can figure it out.
Yeah, I will do that. Thank you. I was going to ask Greta if you would like to go next, actually.
Yes.
So I've made you co-host now, Greta.
Right. All right. I'll remove spotlight.
Excellent.
It was in the top right corner. I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is it me now then?
Yeah, if you would like to.
Yeah, I was thinking that I was too tired, but then I thought, well, I do need something, so let me help you and me, and let's get myself together. So yeah,
Bless you.
thank you. And thank you, Morag. I fell asleep, so I'm so glad we're recording, so I can do that process again.
Well, that's what you needed. You needed to manifest the rest.
Yes, that's what I needed. So yeah, thank you, Alexis, for recording. Let me. I've been thinking today about my shoulders hurting, and this is hurting, and that is hurting, and I bet you have something that's hurting as well. So I actually want to focus on the physical today. I want to focus on physical well-being, and I want to do energy healing for the group to help release whatever is preventing our well-being. That's our birthright. That's our natural state. So if you have anything bothering you in your body, anything that's not quite right, then I would like to set the intention that whatever we do and whatever we release now is going to be to help increase well-being and help get us to our natural state of complete and utter well-being. So that's my intention. Is it okay for everyone that I connect with you and include you in the healing?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. I'm not getting any no's, so then I'm going to also include Sarah, unless you object. Okay. Great.
Are you happy for me to spotlight you, Greta?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
And Alexis, at what time would you like me to be done? You're muted. I can't hear you, Alexis, because you're muted.
If your segment could be 10 minutes, and if you need to go 2 minutes over and make it 12 past, then that's fine too.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
My name is the group. My name is Greta. All right. So what are we doing? Where are we starting to help the group to optimal well-being today, optimal physical well-being? Doing emotion codes. We're going to start releasing some emotions. First emotion is conflict. So simply acknowledge what comes up to you, what this trapped emotion of conflict is about for you. And then let's release. So doing that by swiping 3 times from your third eye to the back of your neck, with the intention of releasing the trapped emotion of conflict. Is it released? Yes. It's one of those yawn release days. Anything else to release? Yes. Anger. I had so much anger today. I did a soul retrieval, and I got on my dragon and I burned everything. And I was like, isn't it all supposed to be love and light? But maybe it's not. Maybe it's okay sometimes to just burn everything. And Anna's nodding and I'm loving it. Yeah. So let's release this trapped emotion of anger. Released, yes. Maybe that's why I'm so tired, because all my parts of my soul are back. Anna's nodding. Yeah. More, yes. Defensiveness. Just acknowledge what it means to you. And release. 3 swipes to release this trapped emotion of defensiveness. Released, yes. More, yes. More anger. Burn, baby. As we grow up, we're oftentimes told that our anger is not appropriate, that we're not supposed to be angry, but you know what? Anger is appropriate. And if we're angry, we're angry. So let's release this trapped emotion of anger. Is there more? Yes. Okay, let's see which one. creative insecurity. This one's for you and me, Anna, for creating our businesses in a way where we can help us ourselves and help others. So let's release this creative insecurity. Release, good. So Sarah's asking a question. So she says, why are we releasing it when we are allowed to have anger? Well, the reason we're releasing it is because when you have this emotion of anger and you weren't allowed to, or you didn't allow yourself to express it, then our emotions are supposed to, or normally we will feel them and they will pass through. But if we don't allow ourselves to express them, then we can trap them. So it's like they're this ball of negative energy and they get trapped in the energy body. And when they do, they can cause all sorts of physical, mental, emotional pain or discomfort or imbalances. So that's why we're releasing them. Yes. Released, yes. Is there more? No. Body code, yes. So we're going to look to the body code and see what in the body code we can release to help achieve our natural state of well-being. And why don't I show you what it looks like? Here we go. So what in the body code can we release for our health and well-being? Let me do this. Yes. Soft tissue. Fascia. So the fascia is the connective tissue that's found throughout the body, in the skin, wrapping around the bones and the heart and every organ. It's been found to have piezoelectric conductive effect and is believed to be another method of communication used by the body. Sometimes it can become distorted or twisted due to emotional or physical stress or trauma of some kind. For instance, it can become distorted due to trapped anger or other emotions. This is known as fascial distortions and will usually have an underlying cause that can be determined using the body code. So, is there an associated imbalance with the fascia? Yes. It's a pathogen. It's a physical pathogen. And it's a parasite. Is it necessary to know more about this parasite? Is there an associated imbalance? Yes. And it's an energy. Offensive. Post-hypnotic suggestion, which is basically negative belief that's coming from outside you. It can cause symptoms such as mood issues, dark thoughts, self-harm, addiction, anger at self, and depression-related feelings. Let's see which one it is. And it is nothing works out for me. So that's sort of the belief that we've been given. It can come from a song. It can come from something someone says over and over. So nothing works out for me. Is that it? Yes. So is there another associated imbalance with this? No. Can we release? So let's release this emotion of, or this belief of nothing works out for me with 3 swipes. Is that released? Yes. Shall we install the opposite? Can we swipe it in? Yes. So how about installing instead? Everything always works out for my highest and best good. Yes. Installing that instead. Everything always works out for my highest and best good.
2 more minutes.
Yes. Okay. Pathogen, we're going back to the parasite. Is there another associated imbalance? Can we release? So we're going to release the energy of the parasite and instruct your immune systems to release, find, and eliminate any physical form. So doing that with 3 swipes. that done? Yes. Good. Released and instructed. Yes, good. So we're back now to the fascia. So can we reset and rebalance the fascia? Yes. So let's reset and rebalance the fascia. Is that done? Reset, rebalanced, and happy. Good. Is that it? Are we complete? Yes. We are complete. So we've now just done emotion code and body code, which are two of the energy healing modalities that I practice in my healing and coaching work. And you can find out more about me at coachgreta.com. And that's coach, GRETHE.com. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, that felt really good. Thanks. Anna, are you happy to go next?
Yeah.
Great.
I hope my internet connection, it's not the best.
So, Internet Angels, we're calling on you. Angels of establishing connections online.
I mean, it just kind of cuts out.
We made a
How much time
connection.
do I?
It is, yes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
If you can do 9, that would be great. But whatever you need.
It's not going to be that long, I don't think.
Okay.
Okay, so oh wait, I'm on the wrong page. As some of you know, my life on the surface is rather unstable because I don't have a permanent home, and I've had to move again very recently, 2 weeks ago, actually. And what I wanted to talk about, actually, because it's not, I mean, that's my personal situation, but things in the world feel very unstable for a lot of people. And also with the holidays coming up, people are doing traveling and so on. So what I wanted to talk about is creating sacred space when you're traveling or moving around, in order to stay grounded. Because one of the things I was thinking about, something that a spiritual teacher of mine said years ago was that, for example, when you're flying in a plane, it can take days to ground yourself afterwards because you're literally going through time and space. And it can be an extremely ungrounding experience, as is staying in hotel rooms or other people's homes. Anything where you're not in your space, assuming you have a space, can be extremely ungrounding. And, you know, our center is always within ourselves, right? At the end of the day, we have to go within. This is where we can find if we can find our own center, it doesn't, what's going on around us is not going to matter so much. So I wanted to give some sort of feng shui and other sort of tips about what you can do when you're traveling or moving around or feeling ungrounded, and when you can't control your environment. So the first thing I would recommend, especially if you're in a hotel room or something like that, is to space clear the room. Clear the room. Now, there's some hotels that don't let you burn anything, right? Like the fire alarms will go off or whatever, but you often can. Okay. Shh. You didn't hear me say that. So if you can get away with burning some sage or something, great, go ahead. Or some kind of incense. But if you can't, you could also use a spray, right, with some essential oils. Some good cleansing oils would be frankincense, myrrh. Well, of course, lavender is always good. Rose is always good, but or sage oil. Oil of sage would be very, very good. You can also, if you can burn it, burning some dried orange peel. This is a Chinese feng shui thing to help remove the energy of the predecessors in the room. And so, you know, that's really good if you're in a room that's seen a lot of people have been in and out. And the scent of the orange is very uplifting. But you could also use orange oil in a spray that could help as well, or even carry pieces of orange peel with you, okay, in your pocket or something, fresh orange peel, and smell them from time to time. Also calling in, of course, whatever beings you like to work with to help you clear spaces. I, of course, love Archangel Michael. I know Alexis is very fond of the violet flame. You could anchor in the violet flame in the room, in the space. Of course, opening the windows if you can, all things like that. If you're staying in as a guest in someone's home, you know, you might not be able to do anything that involves burning or something, they might not like it, but you can always call in beings of light to help you. The other thing, and I mentioned this before, but selenite is your best friend. 4 pieces, carry them with you, okay, when you travel. Put them in each corner of the room, okay? Instantly will create a grid of, a protective grid around you, okay? In all 4 corners of the room. And just don't forget to bring them with you when you leave. If you can burn candles. Oh, this is selenite. It's a crystal, Selenite, selenite. I happen to have it in this shape, but you can get them in many different shapes. It could be, you know, small and round. The size doesn't really matter, but it's very good for each corner of the room. Another thing is to clear the bed of the place you're in, okay? If you're sleeping on someone else's bed, you're sleeping on everybody's energy that was there before you. Personally, I don't like that. So clear the bed as well, okay? And you could do that with light, with smoke, with, you know, prayers, whatever, you know, methods you like, but definitely don't forget to clear the bed. And pay attention to what's behind your head when you sleep, if you can figure that out. If it's a toilet, that's not good. If it's someone else's head, because a lot of hotel rooms, they build them so that there's a bed here and a bed here with the wall here. So you're basically, your crown is linked to the crown chakra of the person on the other side of the wall. And you could easily, while you're sleeping, take in their energy. So if you wanted to put like some kind of energetic shield behind your head when you sleep, you could use Reiki, you could use light, you could use, if you have like a sacred geometry picture on a cloth or something, put that there. Anything to keep your head, your crown protected. And you can also make the space feel more like yours using, maybe, I like to put essential oils on the pillow so that it smells like me or like something I would have. I find that that's very soothing. Any kind of personal touches, like maybe take your favorite mug with you, something that grounds you, that makes it feel like yours. Making the most of what you have available to you. And of course, there's always the inner work and the grounding that you can do. Meditation, personal clearing. I highly recommend a video I did recently. It's on my YouTube channel, Integrated Soul Healing. I did this clearing, a group clearing. So if you go onto Integrated Soul Healing, you'll find, I think it's the second newest video on there, and that can help you clear. Eating grounding foods, using grounding essential oils, especially wood oils like cedar, pine, sandalwood, cypress, those can really help. Carrying grounding stones, okay, usually the dark ones. This is shungite, and doing all kinds of centering practices, you know. And also a meditation, in meditation, calling in all your scattered parts, okay? You don't really have time, but you could just sit in meditation and think about calling in all the scattered parts of you, especially after you've been flying. Call them back to you and just, you know, ask your soul to call back all the parts that have been scattered around through your traveling. and so on. And yeah, stomp your feet, touch a tree. Okay, all these things can help you stay grounded and centered while you're in transit, in transition. Yeah, and that is my segment. Go on my YouTube channel, introduce yourself in. Like and subscribe.
So healing. I love it. That's really useful. I do a lot of that stuff, but there was gaps in my knowledge. Thank you. I'm definitely going to add orange to frankincense now because I always have frankincense with me. And yeah, so much to say, but I won't go into it. Thank you, Anna. That was awesome. Okay, so I'm going to remove the spotlight and I'm going to ask Bonnie to speak about. Do you have a focus on a particular healing herb for this?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay. So, first of all, Anna, I was a flight attendant for 16 years, and I can relate to what you were saying. And we got to the point where we carried our own sheets with us on flights. But I wish I had had you then, because sleeping was one of the major issues why I had to leave being a flight attendant. Anyway, so today I went through my mind with several herbs, and this one sat very well with me this morning. And many of you will say that it's not really an herb, but it is. And it's had a lot of bad publicity. And the herb is oat. Avena sativa is the name of it. Oats. And so we think of glutens. Oh, we don't want that. The glutens are bad. And I really believe oats have gotten such a bad name. And with the gluten issues, I would be willing to bet that it's the chemical in processing the oats that have caused the gluten, that have caused the imbalance. But as far as the oats are concerned, they are a neutral substance to put in the body. And when I say neutral, the pH of the body is about 7.3 to 7.4. That's normal. So an oat is going to bring the pH to the normal. So if you are overly anxious, or you are depressed, or you are too much this way, that way, sleep too much, think too much, if we bring oats into our life, I mean, good oats that have, that haven't been overly processed. And I wish we could actually order some oat seeds and get into growing some ourselves, some without the chemicals, because oats are extremely fine for us. I didn't know that in drinks and infusions that they put oats. I had no idea. And they use oats with berries. And the reason is because the oats improve good well-being. Now, I want to tell you that this recipe in here for a tincture is a little bit different than mine, but it's easier. And so when we make a tincture, Tincture, we're going to use an alcohol basis. Normally, a vodka is used, but you're going to, I just warm, I don't boil. I heat up the tincture, the vodka or brandy or whatever you choose to put your oat substance into. Okay, so you warm that up, and I leave mine for a month on warm and let it absorb. The book says go ahead and pour your alcohol into little brown vials, okay, that you can buy for like $30 for $5 on Amazon. And they hold.
Did you say 1 month?
I'm sorry?
Did you say you 1 month? You cook it?
Yes, yeah, I do. I cook. Wow. I warm, just like the others that I make. The book says you don't have to do that, but the book says that you can put it into the brown bottles, which are about anywhere from 2 cc's to 5 milliliters. Okay, and so you put your vodka or whatever you want to put in there. You can use oil, you can use spring water. So you put the water into the vials, and then you sprinkle your oats after you crush them and you chop them and you get them very fine, and you sprinkle that into the substance that you are using. And then you put that substance away in our closet or pantry there, and for the week you shake it to break it down. Okay, and so why are you doing that? What do you need it for? Well, sometimes we get out of our pH unbalance, and so we get anxious, or we get irritable, or we get angry. And so if you begin to take some of these oats, and you can mix them with nettle, ashwagandha, skullcap. You can mix it with other herbs and shake it up. So let's say you want to sleep well, or you are overly anxious. You take a couple of teaspoons of this tincture every day, and it's not an emergency med. I read something yesterday that they're giving herbal medications a bad name on because they didn't work after 1 month. Well, remember, I'm always telling you that herbs are not emergency med. They take a while to get into your system, and maybe a month is too short, but you've got to use I'm sorry?
At least 1 month, yeah.
At least. I mean, you've got to give them a chance to start working in your body when you're also changing your diet.
Just 1.5 more minutes.
I am finishing up. Actually, the tincture was really my last thing to say about it.
Okay.
But that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. And yeah. Bonnie's not only been a flight attendant, but a registered nurse and trained herbalist and near-death experiencer. And you have a book out called?
Where's my book? It's called, here's my book. I have a couple books out. It's called I have to read it. My Near-Death Experience to Orion's Belt with Extraterrestrials. And yes, I went with extraterrestrials.
Awesome. Thank you. So you can check that book out if you want to. Thank you Amazon. So much. Thank you. Available on Amazon. Thank you, Bonnie. And just one more time, if you would share your piece of art with us. It reminded me of a spaceship, the bottom of a spaceship, by the way. Wow.
I'm going to work on this this is not ready. This is just like, I knew to do sacred geometry today.
It's gorgeous.
So this is not finished. So anyway,
it looks like the bottom of a spaceship to me. That's what I see. I see. Okay.
I felt that way.
There's a lot there. I love the colors. Thank you so much. Really powerful.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for being part of today's session. Before I close with gratitude, I'm going to read what Louise Hay calls a closing treatment. Just a few words, and it says, "The past is over and done. It's gone back to the nothingness from whence it came. I am free. I have a whole new sense of pride and self-worth. I'm confident in my abilities to love and support myself. I've learned that I'm capable of positive growth and change. I am strong. I'm united with all of life. I'm one with the universal power and intelligence that created me. Divine wisdom leads me and guides me every step of the way. I'm safe and secure, and I move forward to the highest good, to my highest good, and I do this with ease and with joy. I'm a new person living in a world of my choosing. I'm deeply grateful for all that I have and for all that I am. I'm blessed and prosperous in every way. All is well in my world." And with that, I'm going to go around the group and ask you to say something that you're grateful for before we close with goodbye. And I'll start. I am grateful for the sun and its beautiful rays. Bonnie?
I'm grateful for all of you. I know that's easy, but I just am.
Thank you. Morag?
I'm grateful for the ocean and how it nurtures our planet.
Beautiful. Thank you, Morag. Greta?
I am grateful for rest.
Wonderful. Thank you. Anna?
I'm grateful for all the wondrous synchronicities that have been happening.
Powerful. Thank you so much. And Syra?
I am grateful to all you lovely people for helping me this evening. I feel very privileged to be in this presence of you guys. I did have something I wanted to offer along with, because I felt that you've all offered something. I haven't really offered anything. When Anna was talking about what did you say, scattered parts, there's a guy, you might have heard of him, Alexis, called Jamie Cato. Do you know him?
No.
Oh yeah, I've seen him in a festival doing kind of, it's sort of law of attraction stuff. And basically he said what you can do is to literally pull in like that into your heart to bring all the scattered bits of you together. So I just thought that might, I don't know if that helps anyone. So
Love that. Love that.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Syra, and thank you everyone for your beautiful presence and contributions this evening. I look forward to seeing you again, whenever that may be, hopefully in a couple of weeks. So I'll be in touch with you all before then. And I wish you a beautiful rest of the day wherever you are in the world. And thank you. Lots of love.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.